Let's get into it. So Ravencoin mainnet is going to hard fork in approximately 15 hours from now. It's a little under 15 hours from now, but it is October 1st, 2019 at 4 p.m. UTC. That's essentially GTM time zone. So from Central Standard Time, that's -5 hours for me. So that's 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. It will hard fork. There are no changes to like IPFS, no other features discussed from what I'm seeing. It's just primarily the x16rv2 algorithm change. There was also an update, so that's the 2.50 update. There was a 2.51, a minor mod to that update, which it's just bundled with it right now. So you need, for somebody to go live with it, to flag for the update, they need 2.5. That's the hard fork. Updates to sub and unique assets. So if you use the asset feature that really matters to you, you want to update that critical update for your local wallet if you're using assets and sending assets and stuff. So you want to get that done. So most of the exchanges out there, there is an exchange list with some detail out there that Tron sent out. So that right there will get you to a link that will show you kind of the status of the exchanges and who's accepted the update. The primary ones, just for the short list, for nobody wants to click links, Binance, Bittrex, TZero, and CryptoBridge all have flagged for the update. So if you have your coins in those exchanges, they are taking the update. Bittrex looks like they're going to have 150 confirmations required. So if you're sending or trying to pull some stuff out of there, post fork, it's going to take you a little bit of time. That's really, I think, predicated on the request from Tron out there saying, you know, you just like with any hard fork, especially if there was going to be a contentious hard fork, which means that there's going to be people that are going to be mining the original chain, not flagging for the update. There's a potential for a coin split. It's preventative for any kind of situations where you'd have somebody trying to do like a replay attack or trying to do some kind of, malicious attack with trying to split the coin. To that point, Ravencoin Classic sounds like it's been canceled. Like whoever was trying to mine the old algorithm, which really would have been, I mean, short for the funsies. There was no real point to that unless somebody had, wanted just to throw their hash power and spend the money to do a coin fork for X amount of time. But those kind of die if nobody continues to mine it. So if no other exchanges are going to pick it up, if they're not going to honor the split and then set up the nodes to make sure that they're capturing both networks, essentially, you're really kind of dying on the line there without any other ancillary support from not just the communities of mining, but people upholding the fork. So it doesn't sound like the coin split is going to occur right now. Again, most of the pools that I've seen, all the major pools right now look like they're going to be supporting it. So the effect for any kind of person that's mining to a pool right now, short of if they have announced on their front page that they're going to change the port number, which from just looking a brief look at all the major pools, 2Miners, Ravencoin Miner, pretty much all of them are going to keep the current port. So you shouldn't have to have any kind of configuration on your side, short of the algorithm change to the miner that you're using for your miner. So you just need that syntax change that we'll do on this rig here whenever Windows decides to finish its update. Versions for the wallet upgrades, I think I covered before, but the core wallet is 2.5.1. You'll find that out on ravencoin.org's website. iOS Raven Wallet right now is at version 1.2. and Android's RVN Wallet is at 1.1. Those all are also, if you follow Tron Black on Twitter, you'll see that he had posted that out there. Most of this information came from Tron and the information that's available on the website, so you guys can all cross-reference that. I'm just relaying that information to you guys. Now that it's updated, the first thing I'm going to do, because if you've had your mining rig offline for a while, I recommend always to make sure you have the latest drivers for your graphics card. So we're going to do a real quick update for the Nvidia GPU driver, and then we're going to pull down T-Rex, and we'll go ahead and start showing you how to prep for this tonight if you're going to go to sleep and have your rig ready for the morning. Always recommend doing this, both for AMD and Nvidia alike. Make sure you have your latest drivers down. There are some advantages, especially on the AMD side. They seem a lot more susceptible to issues if you don't have the latest. And we're going to grab the latest one right here. That's from September 10th. Control J. Oh, look at that fiber, bros. Look at that, 96 megs a second. It's done. 500 meg on a stream. Already downloaded. I couldn't even hit Control J fast enough. So we're at 19 terahash right now. Difficulty's at 286,000. So we should see a pretty significant drop. We already seen some stuff already kind of start to drop off. 22 terahash to 19.7 terahash. There was supposedly a pretty large Venezuelan fire. About $10 million worth of mining equipment evidently went up in flames today. I don't know if that's what this sharp drop was right here, but if that's the case, they had 3 terahash of Ravencoin amount. That would be very interesting. So yeah, that would be a pretty nasty setup. Now that's predicated if they were using GPUs, but if they were actually using Ravencoin ASICs, and magically Ravencoin's doing a hard fork tomorrow, and then their stuff went up in flames today, could be a pretty interesting set of circumstances here. Not starting that speculation, so nobody quote me on that, but it's pretty ironic the Ravencoin network went down 3 terahashes and there was a big fire in an ASIC factory. Miner, so that's going to put it at the top of Google, and we are going to take the latest, which is 0.14.4. All right, we're just going to copy that because we're going to use that in a second. And then I'm going to use CUDA 10, 11 megs downloaded, and we're going to extract that. Before we extract that, let's take a little pause to the Windows exception list and see for our own volition if the threat and security settings have the proper exception exclusion set up. Users downloads, there we go. So this is a mining machine, so we're going to make sure that that's set up right, which it is. We have that exclusion because otherwise Windows will throw that into a no-go. So we're going to just use the first one here at 2 miners, and we're going to edit this, and we are going to add in that switch right at the end here. So space, we're going to control V that in, and all we want is at the start of the minus. So we're going to delete all of that there. You do need to do one more thing. You need to keep it right here. Get rid of the V2, save that. This would then be ready for the fork, and then now you can run it. Let's uncheck that, and let's take this down to 75%. We're going to enter that, and we are going to drop that power down to 11. There we go. Look at that, 1500 to 1170. So we dropped off 400 watts there. Not a secure socket. There we go. So here you go. There's your stats. So we're running about 18. Z enemy, essentially the same thing. It's just in its syntax, you would actually add in that RV2. So you just need to make sure that is the algorithm that you're using, guys, and that is it.